Hi guys, welcome to July's Plan With Me video. Before we get stuck in, let me walk you through my June pages. June started off with an Aladdin theme setup and I had my Doodle 9 challenge. June's monthly, I'm getting better at. I've certainly enjoyed the tracker that's been on the right hand side. This has become the best page in my journal. There's lots going on and I'll set it up, so I'll talk you through that. One of the things I've loved in June is getting back into doing the Disney spreads. I will get these up for weeklies going forward for you guys, but I've just taken the time to sit on the sofa and doodle them out. Oh, a cleaning tracker. That's a spoiler because that's not even up on Instagram yet. So I start July with a cover page. It's just a chance to say hello to the new month. And I really struggled for a theme this month, but for some reason I kept going back to the idea of having a necklace around somebody's neck that had the word July on. Definitely think I've ripped it off slightly from the TV series Ugly Betty. Has anybody seen that? I know she had a B with some pearls, and I did toy around with having just a J, but I've decided to go for a full blingy July necklace, and then I want just enough of the collar in there, so I'm going to box it off and just draw that little section out. It means I can have a fun, vibrant doodle, but I don't have to doodle the whole page. Some months I feel very motivated to do it, other months not so much. So by putting it in a box I can put lots of detail in there, but keep it contained. I've made the July and the chain that holds July quite complicated, and it'll be quite intricate. So I'm keeping everything around it really big and wide. It means I can put a lot of colour in without having to do a bit of detail. So the July and the necklace is going to be quite detailed, but everything else will just be nice big blocks of colour. I've really been favouring the last couple of weeks the Bic Colour Kids pens. These are definitely kids pens, but what do you expect from my channel? I think they were like a pack of 24. They were a couple of pounds in the UK. They're really good. Now, the only way I can describe the nibs is sploshy, which I'm not sure is in the dictionary. They put down ink really well. They're really fun to draw with. They're not scratchy in any way. It's just a really good pen to colour in with, especially if you're going back and forth. You may notice when I colour in, I tend to go left to right, left to right. So when you have to colour in big spaces, like you can see me doing the chest at the moment, they're really nice to go back and forth with. I know I could use a thicker pen like a Crayola Supertips, but you're always going to get a crossover of pen. And so I find the smaller the lines are, the neater it looks overall. So these pens are brilliant for that. And then I'm going to use my Faber Castell Pitt artist pens just to go in and add a bit of light and shade to give it a little marginal 3D effect. It still looked quite blank at this point, so I've just gone in, added a couple of horizontal lines and just to thicken up that hello line. If you can hear a lawnmower in the background, my neighbours decided to come out and mow the lawn. Cheers, mate! The next page up is the My Doodle 9 challenge that I host over on Instagram. There are lots of details over there, but if you would like a little bit more of a rundown, let me know. But the concept in a nutshell is 9 boxes, the centre box is yours, and then you go onto Instagram and you have a look at everybody else's centre boxes and pick the 8 that inspire you the most. The boxes in my journal, I think these are 8 by 8. I managed to get 9 in there, which is brilliant. I do tend to love a square. I know there's lots of people that have done circles and rectangles. Whatever floats your doodle boat, you do you. So I'm going to go in, put that in, and then at some point later in the week I'll sit down and think of what my centre box will be, and then I'll go onto Instagram and search out 8 other people's accounts. I really like how this pushes me, so I'm really enjoying that challenge. The next page I do is my monthly. Now, I have toyed with lots of different styles, but I've come back to my trusty boxes. These boxes in the Dingbats journal are 7 boxes wide by 6 boxes high. I can usually fit a good 5 in there with enough space at the top to put in a header. On the right hand side I'll have my tracker that runs through the month, so I toy with trackers weekly and monthly. I've done weekly for the last 6 months. I'm now back to doing it monthly. I tried it out last month and it works, and this is the moment that I overshoot a line. So I'm going to put a box around July and I pencil it out, I start to pen it in, and I go straight over the Y. This is why it's really good to have one of those jelly white pens to cover your mistakes. it definitely comes in handy. It's probably one of the best purchases I've made. So because I went quite doodle heavy on the cover page, I'm going to keep the monthly page quite simple. So I've just put a box around July, and then I'm going in with a Faber Castell Pitt Artist brush pen and giving it in a bit of colour. I can then go in on that white space just above where I'm doodling now, and I'm going to add in the polka dots that I had in the cover page. So it kind of brings the theme through without me having to do too much extra doodling. And when it comes to drawing those circles, I'm looking at a 4-dot square grid, and I'm just drawing a circle round one of the centre dots out. It just kind of tries to keep most of those dots uniform, and by using the dots that are already there, I can pick a dot and go 1 dot space all the way around to make each circle quite similar. So this is my monthly tracker, so I've gone from having it weekly now into my monthly. I've got the days of the week down at the bottom, and then a couple of things that I want to track, and then I'll just go off and cross each one as I do it, or not do it. I won't cross it off, but I do find it's quite good to keep me in check and keep me motivated. I can see if I'm not doing something, there's a really big gap that starts to form. Down at the bottom here, I've used some stickers that I've been lovingly sent. So the banners are from Anna, who is EXO from Anna, and then here, now I've wanted to use these for ages and never really known how to put them into my journal. But you know when you just start to do a page and then suddenly you have the light bulb moment, and I knew that there was this little space on the Thursday at the bottom. So I was like, that's where I'm going to put it in. So this is from the Sleepless Planner. This is Shay's absolutely amazing artwork, and the fact that she's put it into stickers, it just cheers me up so much. I'll definitely link them down in the description box below. If you're not following them on Instagram already, then, I'm not judging you, but I definitely am judging you. They are really good accounts, and they're really good eggs, so I wholeheartedly recommend that you go and check them out. And then the final 2 pages for my setup. Let's have a special mention for the fact that I've not penciled out any of these words, and I've just gone straight in with a Tombow and brush lettered freehand. It's clearly not as perfect as I would like it, but I think you learn more when you just go in and you give it a go. So on this page, I've got my mental inventory, which I will link Ryder Carroll's TED Talk in the description box below. But a mental inventory is very much like a brain dump. It's somewhere where you can put all of the things that you need to do, want to do, all of that sort of jazz. And then you ask yourself 2 questions. Is it vital? Does it matter? If whatever task it is that you've written down ticks both those boxes, then I'll bring it over into the notes section and I'll break it down into smaller tasks that I can complete over the month. And then I've just got a little to-do list as well, just of things to keep on top of. And I've paired this page up with my gratitude log, and I find these 2 complement each other really well. So I'm opening that gratitude log every day to fill it in and find something that I'm grateful for. And because I'm opening it up every day, I'm then having a look at the mental inventory and seeing what can I do to tick it off. And sometimes on that mental inventory is everything that I don't want to do. Yes, it's vital, and yes, it matters, but I'm not quite an adult. I'm definitely in my 30s, but still have tasks where I want to shy away and hide under a duvet. So I find if I'm filling out my gratitude log, then I'm more motivated to tackle that list of mental inventory stuff that I've broken down into the most simplest of tasks. So I'll finish off this gratitude page with the days of the month, so I can put 1 line in each day, and that's my July setup. So I've got my cover page and my doodle challenge, and then my monthly, and then we've got the command centre and gratitude log. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It's been fun to do, and hopefully I will see you all soon.